Hi everyone! I wanted to do a sandpaper letter lesson with you today. I got to talk on the phone with some of your adults yesterday and realized that some of you have really been missing some time with sandpaper letters. So I wanted to show you that I had actually brought some from Children's House to my house, and I thought that we could trace them together and play some games. The first sound I brought is this one. Do you remember it? Ah. Ah. I'll trace it. Ah. 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 Let's think of some words that have ah in it. The first word I think of is octopus. Octopus. What about opportunity? Opportunity. Opportunity. What about one that has ah in the middle? What about top? Top. Ah, top. It has ah right in the middle of it. I wonder what ah words you guys can think of on your own. Let's do another one. Do you remember this sound? Let's trace it. Let's say some words that have in it. What about mom? That has twice in it. Mom. What about map? Map. Map. What other words can you think of? I'm thinking of milk. I have some milk in my fridge. Milk. 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 Can you think of some more? Maybe you can think of one with at the end. Let's do another one. You know I like this sound. It's the first sound in my name, isn't it? Let's trace it together. B. 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 I was thinking of Bailey. Bailey. Or Blake. Blake. Do you remember that we also had that little glass bunny in our sound box? Bunny. Bunny. Wonder if there's a word with b at that very end. What about lab? Lab. B. There are so many words, and I know you guys can think of some more with b in it. So once you've got all your sandpaper letters, you can play games with them. And I know that you don't have the sandpaper letters from Children's House at your house. So I thought that maybe you could make some. I thought that might be a good craft for you. And I looked around my house and I saw some things that I could use to make some sandpaper letters. I found some little pieces of tissue paper. And I made a craft and I made an ah. 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 I made one out of paper and tissue paper. Then I found some fabric scraps, and I thought it might be fun to make a out of some fabric scraps on a piece of paper. And I also did a rubbing. So maybe you make a b out of cardboard, and then you can put it beneath a piece of paper and do some rubbing. I used the sandpaper letter to make a b with a crayon. Yeah. So you can make your own sandpaper letters at home, just like we have in Children's House. And then you might want to teach some other people some games that we usually play with them. Maybe you could teach a sibling or an adult, and you could teach them how to play knock knock, and you could teach them how to do the table tracing game. I bet you have a counter or a table at your house that you could do some tracing on. Or you could even show them how to do back tracing. Do you remember how we trace the sounds on our back? That might be a really fun thing to do with a sibling, a brother or a sister. I would love to see if you want to share any of the sandpaper letters that you've made. I bet you guys can get pretty creative with them. And parents or adults, if you've got any questions for me about how you could play some games with them, I would love to hear your questions. I'll include on Facebook a PDF of some cursive letters that you guys can use as guides to make them at home. Okay, have fun.